Hi everybody, this is Denise from purplepaperparadise.com and the Craftwell Design team, and today I'm going to show you something that I did here with rhinestones. You can see here that I've got like a little flourish of rhinestones here, and I'm going to use this to accent something that I printed on some inkjet opaque transfer paper from printonit.com. And I want to show you how I did this, because I am not an artist in the traditional sense that I can draw something out. I'm really not good at that, so I tend to need something to kind of help guide me. And so I actually created this rhinestone template from a stamped image. So I'm going to show you how I did that. First off, I'm going to go ahead and open up a new project. And I'm going to go up here to my pixel trace button, and of course we're using make the cut here, and I'm going to select this Twain image right here, and this is going to link me to my scanner. Now what I've done is I went through some of my stamp sets, and I found like various flourishes, which you can see here on my preview screen. And I stamped them on a piece of white cardstock with some fine detail black ink. I used VersaFine black for it. And I've just placed it on my flatbed scanner, and I'm going to go ahead and scan these in to make the cut. So let's go ahead and scan these in. And this takes a couple of minutes, but you'll see here in a second that I'll bring in exactly these flourishes on the screen for us. There we go. We've got these flourishes that come in here, and you can modify your pixel trace options and everything here, but it looks like from what I'm seeing that the flourishes scanned in just fine using these settings. So I'm going to go ahead and select import. No, I don't want to add more layers. I'll just keep them all on the same layer. So now I'm going to go ahead and do a split, and so that way I've got each flourish by itself. Now after I scan these in, I had decided that this flourish here is the one that I wanted to work with. So I'm going to go ahead, and while I have this one selected, I'm going to hit this selection to new layer button. I'm going to go ahead and hide the other ones. So now I'm just working with this one. So I've decided that I kind of need to rotate this a little bit. So by clicking on my flourish again, I get different handles, and you can see that I've got a rotate. So I'm just going to kind of rotate this out to a more flat position. And now I'm going to go ahead, because the design that I'm putting on my t-shirt is approximately about 7.5 inches long or so. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enlarge this to where it's about 4 inches. And I'm just kind of roughly guessing this. You don't have to be exact, but I'm just kind of roughly guessing this. And so now I'm going to work with just this image for right now. So I'm going to go to my rhinestone button here. Now, I am going to use stone size 10 on my design here. And I just found a neat little tip that I think will really help a lot with doing rhinestone patterns. And what it says is that you should make your holes a few sizes bigger than the stones that you're going to use. You want it to be approximately 4/10 of a millimeter bigger. And that way the stones will fall into the holes easier when you go to put the rhinestones in. So being stone size 10 is 2.8 to 2.9 millimeters, I went ahead and bumped it up to stone size 13, which gets me to the 3.2, 3.3. And I've got outline shapes selected here. I'm going to go ahead and select preview on matte and see what that looks like. And you can see actually that looks pretty good here. There's some things in here that need to be corrected. And if I wanted to, I could go ahead and mess around with the spacing and see if I can get this better. But I think I'm actually going to work directly with this image, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit accept. Okay, so now I've got all my little rhinestone holes here and everything, and I'm going to select split. So now what has happened is every single one of these little circles is now its own separate image. So now I can just manually manipulate them. So like here you can see that this is supposed to be kind of like a little curl, but there's this rhinestone in here that's kind of in an odd space, so I'm just going to move it and put that there. And so far I'm thinking that these over here are okay. Because I did outline, it's picking up 2 lines in this section of the flourish because it was kind of a thicker spot. So I'm actually just going to go in and delete these ones and just keep it more of a singular line. I think that will give me a better result of what I'm looking for. And you can already see that that's looking so much better there. And this one here is a little bit funny, so I'm just going to kind of move these over a little bit and just get it to where I want it to be. Now I do want to kind of double this up, so what I'm going to do now that I've got the rhinestones where I want them to be is I'm going to go ahead and select these, and I'm going to join them. Right here is join. So now again they're all one single image, so if I go to move this, they're all going to move together at the same time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a copy and a paste in place, and now I'm going to select just that top layer and I'm going to mirror it. So now I can just move it on over, so I'm creating kind of a big flourish that can I think I'm going to put it underneath the transfer paper design. And what I'm going to do here too is you see that there's like one rhinestone here that kind of meets in the middle. And I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that rhinestone. I could like just take out one of them and just like put it like this so that you have this rhinestone in the middle. But I kind of want to keep more of the flourish look to it. I don't really want to see it like joined like that. So I'm going to go ahead and split this one to start with. I'm going to take this rhinestone out. Now I'm going to go to this one again and hit split again on this one and take that one out. Now I'm going to select this over here and hit join. I'm going to go back over to this one here and hit join again. And now I'm just going to kind of get them to a point where they kind of meet up in the middle. And this is probably looking a little bit different than the one I did previously, and that's okay. They're all going to be a little bit different. It kind of depends on what you want to see. But you can kind of get the idea here of what I did, and this is all created from just a simple stamp. And we all probably have a bunch of these little flourish stamps in our stamp sets that we can modify and create this kind of design with. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and cut out this image on my eCraft with the green rhinestone rubber. And I'm going to go ahead and place in the rhinestones and everything. If you are not sure about how to go about that process, I do have other videos on doing that, and I'll provide a link here at the bottom of the screen to show you where you can find my videos on doing that rhinestone work, where I did a whole rhinestone project from beginning to end. One thing I do want to point out to all of you though too is once you've gotten to this point, you don't want to resize this, because when you resize it, you're going to make these holes either bigger or smaller, and when you go to put your rhinestones in them, they're not going to line up correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and leave my rhinestones just like this and cut them out, and I'm going to switch to the other camera and show you how I'm going to apply this in conjunction with the transfer paper, because I think it's going to be a little bit of a tricky application, and I haven't done it before, so I may make some mistakes right on camera, but we're going to go ahead and try it anyways. And I'll see you back in just a minute. Thanks everyone.